setup was absolutely amazing. It was like the closest thing you could get to being back on stage in front of a real live audience, because like you're there and you know, to the people watching at home, like you've got the backdrop that's the whole thing with your name on it and all the rest of it. And it was great even being able to take the mic stand out and use the mic and walk around and sort of get closer or further away to the screens where the audience are. Get a bit more time than a normal gig to be able to deliver your material, because you're waiting just on the response for that wee second, which means that you just deliver it a wee bit slower and you can pace yourself a wee bit more than sometimes when you're in a club and you're really trying to bang out the jokes because everybody's drunk and you're wanting to keep everybody calmed down. But there it was nice. It's like in a theatre, or like when you do telly, they always say you just slow down and deliver it, you know, at a nice pace. It was such a brilliant experience. It really gave us the buzz that you usually get from a normal gig.
I think most people in comedy are just dying to get back to some sense of normalcy, so this is it really. I think this is the way forward. The first time I've gigged in about a year, so it was just amazing to be back in a room interacting with people. It's quite good because you don't have to ask anybody's name, because usually you have to ask people's names, but it's there, all the information's there, so they can't hide from you. It's a wee bit different because there's a slight delay, so you have to wait. Your pauses are a lot longer, and obviously different people are maybe getting it at a slightly different time, but I would say that's the only difference really between this and a traditional gig where people are in the same room.
I loved it. I loved the whole setup. I love being able to fucking play with it as well. It was brilliant. It was I was worried a wee bit coming in because obviously I felt a wee bit rusty. But then once I was up there and you can see people and stuff like that and you're like, oh, this feels like it used to feel. So I chuffed it bits, man, that was great. I think that was pretty much close to, I mean, aside from being able to be a wall and a floor, that was close to what it would be normally. If I was going to be a wall or a floor in like a kind of regular club setting, then I'd just have to let them imagine it, really. I had a lot of stuff that I was wanting to get through, and then I just kind of thought, oh, it feels like I would naturally roll into this bit and stuff like that. So I was just kind of working on the fly a wee bit with that. If anything, I think live audiences have been holding me back, man, all this time. All those times I've died in my arse, I've been thinking, well, if maybe they were just sitting at home, that would have went a bit better.
It was quite an experience. Susie was asking before I went on how, you know, was I looking forward to it, and I had said that I was kind of nervous, I have to confess. Not done a gig in a club for over a year, and the gigs that I've been doing on Zoom, you can kind of have your set list handy, but to go out and do half an hour of predominantly new stuff, it's like going back to scratch. It's very different from doing a comedy club, and I think a lot of comedians have become used to doing Zoom gigs, but with this you see it a lot more. What I noticed more down there was the couples. The couples really were getting into it, you know, and really enjoying it. Some people, I actually saw a couple of folk just having a wee look at their phone. It's easy to get distracted, but given the circumstances that we're in, it's the best that we've got. You know, there have been various kinds of gigs going on, apart from the Zoom gigs that people do from home. There have been folk trying to set up car park gigs. The audience will flash their lights or honk their horns if they think you're funny, which is alien to me. I mean, people will honk their horn or flash their lights at you because they think you're a bit of a bell end. But for here, you know, for what we've got, the situation that we're in, there's no doubt that this is the way that people are going to go. And, you know, comedians will be falling over themselves to get a gig like this because it gets you out of the house, it gets you thinking about material, and it gets you back in front of people face to face.